It's Christmas time, and I've been feeling nostalgic. When I think about how gaming started for me, it wasn't a big moment. It was simple. Before the PS3, before the Wii, before I really understood what gaming even was, I used to play on my dad's original Xbox. I don't remember where it came from. It was just always there, and I was privy to getting games for it and playing whatever games he had at the time, from Need for Speed and so on. That was my first real exposure. The big controller, the heavy console, the startup screen that was always ungodly loud, and even though it wasn't mine, it didn't matter. That's where it started. A few years later, the Wii showed up in our house. It was the big gift that we got for Christmas as a family. And honestly, that's what kind of made it special. It was back during a time when cooperative gaming or split screen and controller sharing and all that was such a prominent thing. And the Wii targeted a market of getting people together and playing games that made them active. So like a big staple for us was Wii Sports. And Wii Sports we played forever. Like Wii Sports Bowling was the main game that we all competed on, and all the family came over to the house, whether it be friends, cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever. Everybody was getting down and playing the Wii. The living room turned into controlled chaos, or uncontrolled chaos in many circumstances. Controllers getting passed around, people taking turns, split screening, whatever. It was just a time you had to be there to experience it. And at the time, I didn't realize it, but that mattered more than anything. Like those memories that I have to this day mean so much. Fast forward a little bit, around 2013 or so, I believe it was 2013, based off of the timeline that I have. That was the year The Last of Us was released, and all I wanted for Christmas was a PlayStation 3. I wanted my own console, something I could play Call of Duty on, play with my older cousins and friends and things like that, right? And at the time, The Last of Us was the hit game that just had came out. This big story-driven game from the creators of Uncharted and all that, right? And even my dad, who wasn't really big into games, still was seeing trailers and was looking into the game a little bit and was like, this looks like a badass game. Like this was it, right? So Christmas morning came, the fat man delivered a PS3 Slim, and I remember it distinctively because I'm sure the console's around somewhere. I don't know what ended up happening to that poor PlayStation. I gave it to one of my younger brother, and I have no idea what happened to it, but that was a 500 gigabyte system on a PS3 Slim, and that thing was that was it back then, right? And of course, it came with The Last of Us. I believe it was The Last of Us edition that was out at the time, right? It was the best of the best. Now, later on that Christmas morning, or later into the Christmas day, of course, your family comes over and they all hang out, and you got your younger cousins and everybody, running around creating chaos, right? And I remember distinctively my uncle at the time who was really into and is still into the PlayStation scene very heavily. I think to this day he now plays on a PS5. Was showing me all the neat tricks and whatnot, and we were all talking about The Last of Us and everything like that. And that's what it just became a place for people to be together, right? It was still a console that brought people together, still split screening and having to play the game in the same room was still a part of it, right? Looking back on all that now, it just feels like something we don't really get anymore. Gaming used to be built around being in the same room, where split screen wasn't a feature. It was expected. Controller sharing wasn't annoying. It was just part of it. You died, you passed the controller. You won, your turn still ended. And that's something the younger generation probably won't experience the same way, if never at all. Not because they don't love games or anything like that, but because games don't offer that anymore. It's just not something that's to be expected. Online replaced the couch. Headsets replaced the living room. Party chat replaced hearing trash talk from someone sitting a few feet away. Back in the day when you would yell at somebody, you could actually act on the threats that you were threatening them with. Games are more connected than ever, and somehow that's created an even bigger disconnect. Everyone's online, but no one's really together, right? And it wasn't just how we played, it was how fast we could play. You'd open up the game, take the disc out, put it in the console, and that was it. No massive downloads, no copying files, no waiting an hour to play a game you were already holding. You didn't stare at a progress bar on Christmas morning, you just played the game. Plugged it into the TV through the old AV cables, and that was it. Right away, together, in the same room. You didn't need perfect internet, you didn't need patches, you didn't need to know the meta or whatever it was, right? You needed one console and a few controllers. The original Xbox, the Wii, the PS3 era, gaming used to feel shared. And you remember everything about those moments. The smell of the new plastic, the glow of the Christmas tree lights, the snacks you grabbed without thinking, playing all morning and realizing it's now morning again the next day. Gaming has come a long way. It's bigger, faster, and more advanced than ever. But those Christmas mornings when a new console or a game brought everyone into the same room, that feeling never really leaves. I was just feeling nostalgic this Christmas and wanted to share that memory. So leave a comment down below what your favorite Christmas memory was, or what your favorite Christmas gift was, right? You know, that big item that you were asking, you know, the big fat man for, old Saint Nick, right? As I said, I wanted to go ahead and come on here and just share a little bit of a more personal one-on-one story, not share a doom and gloom, the world's ending story or anything like that. The first video that I brought back to this channel was, you know, talking about the decline of gaming due to Fortnite and how it's ruined an entire generation with brain rot. And the video that I had planned for this week was more so related to AI and how that's completely just destroying the hardware side of the world right now, as far as like computing goes. But anyway, that will be a video for later. So we'll keep it cheerful. Have a Merry Christmas, and until next time, bye bye.